Man, had a pretty good day. As usual, Thursdays kicked it off. Early coaching at the gym. Today's workout was pretty cool. It was 3 minutes max calorie row, 3 minute max distance handstand walk, 3 minutes max calorie bike, and then a 3 minute rest. And then you basically repeat that. You just flip flop the row and the bike. So it goes 3 minutes bike, 3 minutes max handstand walk, 3 minutes row. And then I did that workout at open gym. It was cool. Got to coach some friends and colleagues today, as well as just the regular class members. I like workouts like this a lot because I think something that's cool about them is it's easy to, and it's not always fun, but it's easy to lose intention of workouts and kind of just get lost in like what's the next day, just kind of pedal to the metal, go as hard as you can. And what's cool about a workout like this is there's a lot of space to kind of play around. You have time capped efforts. And what I like about the handstand walk is from the outside looking in, really complicated, probably a lot of really intimidating for people. It's always cool to see grown adults get fired up from kicking upside down and holding a handstand. It's the little things. But we did a bunch of scales. We did like a double dumbbell overhead carry. We did a really challenging bear crawl. We did a handstand walk to the wall. We did handstand holds. So I like workouts for that. And I think you can get people out of this mindset that you always have to scale to hit a specific stimulus, and instead you can scale to hit a specific weakness. A lot of people are asking questions like, well, should I handstand hold, or should I bear crawl? Or should I do the double dumbbell overhead, or should I bear crawl? And you can kind of share with them how each targets a specific weakness about the movement, and how they can get better with it. And then I did the workout. It was good. Definitely should have warmed up more. I think my second round of 3 was much higher score. Not much, but higher score than the first round, which is always annoying, but that's what happens. That's the risk you take when you don't warm up. So probably should do a little bit more warming up, but I don't know. Probably won't. Other than that, did a little travel today, spent some time in the airport, and I've always liked traveling. There are like a billion reasons why I like it. I got pretty lucky early on through my role with CrossFit and seminar staff. Traveled all over the world, spent time South America, Australia, Russia, parts of Europe, South Africa, all over the place, out to Japan, Beijing, which was really amazing. And because I remember growing up looking at a globe and thinking, hey, here's all the places I'll never go. And then you have this really cool opportunity where you wake up in the U.S., or you're awake in the U.S., you get on a plane, you fall asleep, and then you wake up in India. But always enjoyed airports and meeting people and traveling and just seeing the different perspective. It's truly one of my favorite things in the world. I wish I could, sometimes not wish is not the right word. I'm excited to get back to traveling more again at some point, even though I like the detour my life has taken since traveling as much as I used to. But was in the airport today and kind of looking at people, and man, it's so fun to people watch. And what's even more fun about people watch is just being shitty while you do it and totally judging people. And I really kind of caught myself doing that. Hey, this person looks like they don't do this as much as I do. This person looks like they couldn't do this thing like I do. I wonder if, I don't know, I have a better job, make more money, am more successful, am fitter, whatever, fill in the blank. Probably not the best place for the mind to go, but that's where it certainly was today. And so as I was kind of sitting there doing this, I was laughing at myself for being a scumbag. But we all do it. Maybe not everybody. And if you're someone who doesn't do it, good on you. But I kind of tried to flip the script a little bit and think to myself, what is this person I'm looking at and judging negatively? What do they probably do better than me? And that was a fun exercise because I actually got to make up stories about people, and they were positive stories. And you don't know, right? But there was something special about it. It's just always easy to judge. And I hope what comes out of this is I'm certainly not altruistic, you know? Uh, but I don't know. I like looking at things from like a different angle that way. So that's what I tried to think about today, looking at people that normally I would maybe be quick to judge or think something about was what does this person do better than me? Um, that was a cool, that was a really cool way to, that was a cool way to think about it. And then traveled up to visit a buddy, which is cool, a little weekend trip. And I always like that. Damn. And something else I like about traveling is that I usually spend that time like reading or listening to audiobooks, which I always don't feel like I do enough. And I was saying, I think in a couple podcasts earlier, I'd been listening to Jonathan Haidt's Coddling of the American Mind, which of what I've read of his, I don't really love it. I think it's insightful to some extent. Sometimes I feel like social psychologists, with all their data, kind of paint with such a broad brush. They miss the nuances of individuality, and the good ones probably know this. But sometimes when I just hear like all the, oh, well, on average this, and what we've studied, it says this. I don't know. It's after a while, it gets a little boring. But one of, in another book I read by him, I think it was one of his first popular books, was The Happiness Hypothesis. And I really liked that book a lot more. And I think I just like things that give me, I don't know, practical exercises. And what I liked about his book was this concept that, and I think the analogy he uses is like a person riding an elephant, and your brain is like the elephant, and that it just has kind of does what it wants. Like your brain has thousands of thoughts that just automatically occur throughout the day. And it's hard in a lot of ways to not necessarily control those thoughts, but maybe interrupt those thoughts and guide them in a way that your conscious might otherwise want them to go. Again, this is something I just really like because I do think, and we talked about this briefly the other day, of how challenging it is to use like language and thought process that really can guide you toward a productive outcome. Because sometimes if you just let your brain go on its own, it's not always the most productive or the most positive. So that's kind of what my little travel today taught me about judging people in the airport. Still always love people watching. Thought of a new twist on it. And sometimes you got to do a lot to combat your own shitty thinking. So that was interesting. Kind of where I was today. Had delayed recording this. But again, kind of goes back to day one. Just figured I'd do it. Shorter one today. Probably more tomorrow. Got a lot on the calendar, which I'm looking forward to heading into the holidays. So pretty fired up, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.